Hello.
Hello.
How are you? Been a while.
Good.
How sorry?
I'm doing good.
How was Cyprus?
Good. I'm back in 2 weeks, but it's good.
Have you got your ticket?
I'm booking it today.
Go on. So you're actually back in 2 weeks. This time you're coming for a while.
I'm coming. Well, it's a one way, so I don't know how long's a while, but it's a while.
So after London, we're finally going to meet in Cyprus as well.
Yeah, we're doing it.
100%. That goes without saying.
Oh yeah, let's do it.
Good.
How are you?
I'm great, thank you. Just got off 2 other calls, having a very good, creatively busy day. I am genuinely just in so much joy and so much creative, positive energy all over me, obviously, and that's just basically giving me so much power to showcase all that I can showcase throughout the whole day. But yeah, amazing day.
Good. That's good to hear. A weight lifted off your shoulders in different aspects of your life.
Definitely. Because I do receive all these emails saying, "Oh, have you done this? Have you got this? New collaborations, new emerging future collaborations, and then current collaborations and inquiries and this." And I'm like, this is what I wanted, and I'm absolutely loving it.
Yeah.
Not long ago, I have announced that I stopped DJing, so no more DJing. Done, finished. I've had a good run for almost 22 years since the age of 15. I am about to be 37 in about 6 months, so that was a good run. In my opinion, it was a very good run. Some people only wish to have achieved what I've achieved with the blink of an eye. Now, I'm not saying it in an arrogant way. I'm not bragging about it. Please don't get me wrong. But I'm saying I only followed my passion, and it took me to places where I couldn't even imagine.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's what I advise everyone to do.
Exactly.
But yeah,
do you feel like you achieved everything that you wanted to achieve with DJing and performing live?
Most of them I was not even in a place of wanting to achieve. They just happened.
That's good. That's a very good mindset, and that's the perfect start to our topic.
Seriously, let's break down our today's topic. Go ahead.
So our topic is being scared of failing.
Fear of failure.
Yeah, the fear of failure, and it's a powerful thing. And of course, we're in the music industry, but it leads into so many paths of all careers, no matter what it is that you do. But especially in the creative industries where you put in a lot of hours, a lot of maybe financially, sometimes you invest some money, and you're scared of the outcome not being what you want it to be. But just like you said, I think the important thing is not thinking about the outcome. Would you agree?
I actually completely agree with you. As always, obviously, I'm going to add a few things, but we are 100% correct. 100%. As I was saying earlier, 80, maybe 90% of the stuff that I achieved in my DJing career was stuff that I wasn't even anticipating to achieve. Because I was doing what I love doing, things just happened, things just happened one after the other. One minute I found myself in England DJing. Don't forget, I was born and raised in Cyprus. I'm not from England. Don't watch the accent, lads. I'm not from England. I'm a Sipo. So for me, a Cypriot-born person DJing in London is a huge thing, because most of the time it's the other way around. It's English-born people coming to Cyprus, Ayia to DJ, or going to Marbella, or you know what I mean? It's how it is. But for someone that was born in Cyprus to go and DJ in the UK is a big thing all over Cyprus. And so I did that. And then I found myself DJing in Marbella 2015, 7 years ago. I was mind-blowing. I was like, wow, like this is happening. Seriously. All these kind of small or big achievements, I mean, well, I don't know what you say to it, but to me, these were just like the icing on the cake. But the real things that happened that actually has helped me so much throughout my entire career was the biggest impact the music in my DJing career has had on me was the connections I've managed to make over the years. I'm a very talkative person, not so much with women. I'm not gonna lie. This is what I always say, and then like they the women, female friends, whatever you want to call them, they kind of get surprised, like, you shy? Really? I'm like, dude, we and I talking because you approach me because I'm a DJ. Otherwise, I would never have the balls to come and talk to you. Are you mad? That ain't happening. Seriously. Most of the women that had entered my life and left my life up until yesterday only happened because I was a DJ.
Yeah.
Because I was in front of the eyes of people. So they either approached me or I received a DM or we came eye to eye or I met them like because of my career. Behind closed doors, I'm a very shy person when it comes to women. Yeah. When it comes to networking, now I'm going to link it to what I was saying earlier. Yeah. Networking, oh boy. I will go out there and I will any man in any industry. I will network. I will expand my connections. I will do that. That happens without having a fear inside of me of failure. I don't care. I'm gonna if Skye Antonio is the head of a big corporation and I see Skye Antonio, I'm gonna go speak to Skye Antonio. I don't care what she thinks of me.
Yep.
I'm gonna give that. I'm gonna give that a go. Whether it fails or if it doesn't fail and I win, I still tried. That's my perspective. What about you?
100%, because it doesn't matter what status you're in, and I hate that word. You are still,
unfortunately,
and just you're still a person with a personality, with a sense of humor, with you see what I mean. So the fact that me and you get along so well, and say for instance I'm the head of whatever, and you want to approach me and we didn't know each other before that, you could have missed out on a great opportunity of connecting, not just me in a way that is business wise, but if you gain that kind of personal aspect as well, you've already got a big foot in the door. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
So you don't know what opportunity you could miss out on and who you could really get along with, because it doesn't matter like where they stand in the industry. They're still a human. They still had their journey to get to where they need to be. They still had their struggles, just like say you're having your struggles, I'm having my struggles. Everyone has that kind of point in their career. So it's crazy because you see that status and then you just think, oh, I can't. They're too big or whatever. But no, you learn from that person. If the higher they are, fucking great. That's even better because you can learn from them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'll say people just be little bit more blunt when it comes to approaching people. Just do it. I was 4 years ago, ADE 2018. I was out there with my friend Stas, and also my the head of my label, Björn. He came from Belgium, so we flew from Cyprus. And we're in this queue, second day, we're in this queue. We're going to have a meeting where they're giving out these books and backpacks. And I don't know if you've ever been to ADE, but they give out lots of goodies.
Yeah.
Freaking good. I advise everyone to go. It's a fucking buzz. It's amazing. That's where you make the contacts.
Yeah.
Oh my God. It's crazy. I'm in the line waiting to get my backpack, my book, and my umbrella, ADE umbrella. So I'm standing next to this guy. I don't know who the fuck is this guy. I don't care. Like, just some, bald geezer. No offense to bald people. I'm just saying, just describing the guy. And we happened to start talking. So I'm like, yeah, so what do you, he asked me, so what do you do? I'm like, I'm doing this. I got a promotion company. I have a label, blah, blah, blah. And I goes to him, so what do you do? Oh, he goes, I'm the head of Pasha in Ibiza. I'm like, what? I was like, what? And I was like, bro, you see your head? It looks good. All jokes aside, we started talking, and I just the bullet just asked him for his number. He goes, why do you need my number for? I guess to him, well, if I come to Ibiza, I want to meet up, maybe some future business opportunities. He goes, oh yeah, cool. Take my number.
Yeah.
I was just straight up. I took his number. Still today, we're in touch. Yeah. Not that I've been to Ibiza, but I still got the contact. You know what I mean?
That shows that I think it's a very good mindset. And I think everyone should use this, because this is what I personally do when it comes to networking or even dating. I kind of would see every person as like a clean slate. So I don't know what they do for a living. Like if they're really good looking and I feel intimidated by them, I'll completely like block that out and just see it as like, it's because anything that I feel is going to keep me in my shell, I forget about it and I stay in this mindset of the person that I know I am.
Good.
So see what I mean? And when you have that clean slate, so you don't know anything about this person, you go into the mindset of it being way more confident. You ask, you're more yourself, so you can just have a laugh. Exactly the same situation with you in that queue. You just have a laugh and you just happen to be the head of, you know what I mean? So I think it's a really good way just to go into things and just have a fuck it mentality to everything.
Exactly. What is it? Go on.
Just don't overthink anything, because the second you start overthinking things, that is when you backtrack. That's second true. You start overthinking, don't overthink. The moment that you feel that you're going to talk yourself out of something, that's when you start moving your legs and you start walking towards that person.
That's actually true. That is very, very true. Overthinking is one of the mothers of all fuck ups, but
big time.
Another example I can give from the same trip to in Netherlands, Amsterdam, 2018, was in the house music meeting with Tommy Sunshine, Simon Dunmore, the owner of Defected Records. Who else? There was one more guy. It was a very famous house DJ. I forgot his name. I'm sorry, but it was very, very famous. We happened to be in this crowd. I'm sitting on the front row. So Simon Dunmore kept on talking. He kept on talking about blah, 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 saying this, saying that, talking about the house scene, how it all started back in Chicago, from disco emerge and blah, all these kind of things. Very good information, very valuable information that you will not get anywhere else. And you are hearing it from one of the pioneers of house music, Simon Dunmore. I love the guy. So much respect. So much respect. I messaged him on Instagram and he messages me back like such a down-to-earth geezer. It's unbelievable. Simon, massive love to you, bro. That's it. Massive respect for you as well. Amazing person you are. Anyway, so, and then they go to Q&As. So there's a few mics passing around within the crowd, and Simon goes, anyone has got a question? Everyone is silent. You know why? Because what if I ask something stupid? I don't want to look dumb in this crowd. I'm like, give me the fucking mic, bro. And I grab the mic. I'm like, hello, Simon. I'm a massive fan. I'm like, you see this pile of CDs in my hands? We still believe in the physical copies of music being handed out or sold. What do you say about this? And literally, that's what we had. We had printed, I think about 100 CDs of our labels, ADE sampler. So we had specifically designed an ADE sampler, and we picked out some of the releases from our artists at the time. And then we was giving them out for free in Amsterdam as a way of promotion. And that was the question I asked him. And he was, I'm not saying he was impressed, but he was kind of impressed. At least that's what I saw in his face. But so the point here is that I stood up and I asked a question where everyone was sort of taking a couple of steps back because they didn't want to look stupid in front of these legends of house music. But then if you are always scared and if you always decide to stand in the sidelines and not use it, you use an opportunity that was handed to you on a golden plate, on a golden tray, say it. How are we supposed to get to a final direction in life? Your final destination, I'm sorry.
Yeah, exactly. And exactly what you said, like you just grab the mic and you just say what's on your mind. And I've noticed this about myself personally, because as you know, I grew up very, 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 very shy and didn't even know what my personality was even about. But I've noticed that the more I am showing my weird, weird personality, the more it's attracting good people around my life. And I don't just mean that in a personal aspect. I mean, I'm meeting amazing, like-minded connections. And
Can I pause for a second?
Go for it.
Please don't say weird, because I don't believe you are being weird. I believe you are being yourself. Carry on.
But beautifully weird. Beautifully weird. But because when I use that word, I mean it in the best way possible.
You're being yourself. That's
Yeah.
who you was born to be.
Yeah. And
Exactly.
do you know what? That's the amazing thing, though, because it doesn't matter who you're around, the more that you kind of show yourself. If they get what you're saying, cool, they get it. They're on your level. If not, fuck them. Who cares? You just move on. But it's like I said, when you overthink the small things, or you think, oh, did I say the right thing? Did I do the right thing? Who the fuck cares? If you in your head, if you feel like that person didn't understand what you're saying or doing, move on.
Who decides what's right, what's wrong?
Exactly. And you put that into networking as well. If you walk up to someone and you introduce yourself and you get a very, I don't know, just very rude response from them, or just very kind of egotistical kind of vibe from them, they're not your people. I'm telling you right now, it doesn't matter how big of a status they are, they're not your people. It doesn't matter if you've missed out on that connection, because you're going to meet other people that are on your level and going to help you way fucking more than that knobhead ever would.
Exactly. 100%. We've come across so many people like that throughout the years. So many of them. It's unbelievable. The fame, the money gets to some people's heads and they don't know what the fuck they are doing with it. You know what I mean?
And it's also noticing people where they didn't have the fame or the status, and then you see them go from that to actually having a bit of money in their pocket and having people recognize them, and you see the change in them, and it's quite sad. Maybe sometimes it's for the better and they keep themselves humble, but I have noticed a lot of artists where you reach out to them, say, well done on this success, like really proud of you, you've come so far. They won't even like respond to your text, nothing. They'll leave you on red, and it's like, bro, I helped you, you absolute prick. You see what I mean? Like, people lose touch of where they came from.
This I'm not going to give any names because this will come up. I'm not going to name and shame anyone here, but a very well-known UK garage DJ.
Yeah.
Sorry, the MC of a DJ. I guess that kind of that much of a little bit of information is enough. This guy used to literally jump on me every time he used to see me, and I end up like, Sega, my brother, blah blah blah, all this that. Now I message him, and I mention him. I have paid work for you, brother. Please get back to me. I think I messaged him 3 times.
Oof.
And I'm insisting it's paid work. Like, I'm going to pay you, motherfucker. Reply back to me so we can get you paid and I can get what I need from you.
Yeah.
Nada. And this was a guy that we used to eat, sleep, rave together and DJ and MC together. You know what I mean? Another guy, a former BBC One Extra DJ. Again, I'm not going to give no names, but he used to be a big name on massive platform BBC One Extra. We were like that, pals. Forget about sleeping in my house, which he did so many times. He slept at my grandmother's house, bro. I mean, it was that close. I was like, bro, listen, at the time I had a girlfriend. I'm with my girlfriend. Like, can you sleep in my grandma's house? Like, yeah, no, cool, no problem. I used to book him in Cyprus, left, right, center. You know what I mean? Now,
nothing.
I give him a message. I give him a call. Nothing. Like, he still follows me on Instagram. That's the weird fucking thing about it. Both of his names, I'll follow him on Instagram, liking my shit. But then, you know what I mean? Not replying back to me. I'm like, I'm trying to understand. Look, I'm a very reasonable person. Very reasonable. If you have a valid reason or excuse or whatever you want to say, I will sit down and listen to you. But if your excuse sounding like a three-year-old child's excuse, which is stupid and makes absolutely no sense, then I'm going to slap you in the face.
Yeah.
Because you're not making any sense. Now, connecting this to our topic, people in the music industry, when they are on the top or when they're in the middle or when they're at the bottom, they do have this trauma going through them. I am famous, or I was once famous, but now I'm not. But I'm still going to act like I am famous because I can. But then that is basically, look, now how am I going to connect this networking now? Or the fear of failure? That is preventing you from getting in touch with people like me again, which I'm trying to bring it out on a new platform that I'm investing gazillions amount of money in. So you can promote my fucking new platform. I will get you paid and you will become relevant again. You dickhead.
Yeah.
But because you're on your high horse, you're thinking, oh, I don't need this shit. Cool. Don't. But you are losing out on cash. You are losing out on valuable freaking connections. And you are failing.
Yeah.
Again.
Yeah. It just shows though that, because I think that when you get to a certain level, say you have a manager or a team of managers and you have your label and whatnot, they kind of lay back and think, cool, my team's going to handle everything. They're going to make sure that I'm always going to be relevant. Like, no, mate, you still need to put in the fucking work. Trust me. Because the thing with your team around you, especially in labels, they will do as much work as possible for you to an extent. So say if you're not putting out the right music, but you're not creating the right vibe that you need to create, then they're going to hold back and kind of wait for you to do that until they either drop you or just say to you, mate, this ain't working. You need to go to another team, or you see what I mean? So it just shows that you need to keep the people who stayed with you throughout the journey, keep them close to you, because you don't know where they could take in the future, or you don't know the knowledge that they've learned along their own personal journey.
It's just
it's mad.
I don't know why people get like that. I mean, I've seen the top, I've seen the bottom, I've seen the middle, I've seen all aspects of it, all levels of it. All levels. When I used to walk into a place in Cyprus, a coffee shop, they wouldn't allow me to pay. Any coffee shop. Recognize the face. Oh, you're a guest. No. I'm like, dude, I don't think I know you. I just came to just fine dine. You know what I mean? Like, no, you're a guest. You know, we know you. And I'm like, cool, thank you. I appreciate that. See you later. But I didn't let it get to me. I was still humble, still respectful, still shaking the hands of the waiters and the waitresses and waiters, and still saying hi and bye, all that good stuff. DJing in Dubai, they approached me twice. I didn't go. I'm not going to lie. I had my very own reasons, personal life reasons. My cousin now, Young Moon, he's been DJing there. Fucking proud of that geezer. I love him to bits. And I'm proud to say that my cousin is DJing in Dubai. Massive love to Genjai, aka Young Moon. He's doing great out there. He never got that status get to him though. He's always humble, always respectful, always says how much he's thankful to me for being able to DJ the way he DJ, because I taught him how to play with vinyl mode on
Yeah.
CDJs. Not everyone does it these days because they're like play buttons, Q and blah, all that crap stuff. But yeah.
Oh yeah. I think
Yeah.
the sad thing is that, you know, some people stay humble just because it's in their best interest and that's like what they want to do. But there's other people that they've stayed humble because their journey has knocked them down so many fucking times, and that means, like, you know, hate comments or label treat them awfully, and that absolutely breaks my heart. There's an artist that I worked closely with. She's a very big UK artist, and she was heavily pregnant when I first met her. And when she walks into the studio, we're just like having a chat, having a catch up, and she was talking about how she recently got married, and we were all surprised, like congratulating her. And she goes, "Yeah, like obviously, like you guys are the first to know, because if I tell anyone that I got married, then she's going to be slayed for how much weight she's gained and who she's marrying and what she did for her wedding." And it was crazy. Like, she just had to have a whole secret life, and just keep, you know, the greatest moments of her life to herself, just based on the fact that what everyone else is going to say. And oh my gosh, she's that, like, absolutely the sweetest person in the world, but because she's been knocked down so many times, she's lost all that confidence, which is really sad. But it really does show that it depends what happens on your journey. But I think as long as you are yourself along that path, then the good people will gravitate towards you.
Exactly.
And stay true to your heart. And as hard as it is sometimes, depending on where you come from, there will be absolute assholes around you and try to take you down. But it's just how you move forward from those comments.
I'll say one should not be afraid of failing in business, in relationships, in friendships, or in family, or just in school, in health or wealth. Just don't be afraid, because you will fail in the stuff that are either not meant for you or that are stuff that you are not yet ready for.
Yeah.
Two things. You're either failing because this is not meant for you, bro, understand, or you are not ready for it yet. Keep on trying. Just because you failed once doesn't mean it's not meant for you. That means you're not ready. Try again. Try again. If you are trying for fucking 20 years, it's not working, bro, I'm sorry, man, but that's not for you. That's it. Exactly. Simple as that. But either way, do not be afraid of trying. We came from the soil. We're going to go back to soil. In between, we have this thing called life. We're trying to, unfortunately, 95% of the world's population, or maybe 98. The last time I researched it was 95. Maybe it's come to 98. Unfortunately, we are all trying to become something or someone but ourselves.
Yeah.
Only 2% or 5% is trying to be themselves. And when they're trying to be themselves, we call them the freaks.
Sorry, could you say that again?
Sorry, Siri. we call these people the freaks.
You on your personal.
I had to take her off. Yeah. We call these people who are trying to be themselves freaks, or we call them lunatics, or we call them all kinds of negative words that doesn't resemble who they really are. In reality, they're just being themselves. And guess what? They don't have a tiny bit of fear inside of them that is preventing them from being who they are, which is themselves. So they're not.
Beautiful thing. It really is.
Do you know what I mean? Like, you don't give a flying fuck, mate. You're just being yourself. And that is not having a fear of failure. Because you're being yourself. There is absolutely no way you're going to fail. You're being you, bro. That's it. When I say don't fear of being yourself, I'm not saying be a fucking whore or be a bloody dickhead. You know what I mean? I'm saying be the true self.
Mm.
Be who you are. You know, don't try to act like I see the same fucking face on 10,000 different people walking down the street. They're all trying to look the same.
Yeah.
All of them, like male and female. Don't tell me you're trying to be yourself. You're trying to be like that dickhead you saw on Instagram. And when you fail, you get miserable.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to link this to what you just said earlier. Your friend was being sort of not being able to share some of the most beautiful moments in her life because of this. Do you know why? It's because the current situation in the life that we are living in right now, sort of, it has molded us into a position where we are having to have separate lives. One on internet, one at work, one at home, and one in private.
Yeah.
When there's no one around you, which is the one there's no one around you is who you really fucking are, which should be the first, not the last. Do you know what I mean? So your friend was going through that phase where she was shoving a completely different personality and persona and lifestyle to everybody else because she was scared that she was going to fail again because she failed so many times or whatever happened. And she was living a completely different lifestyle indoors because that's who she really is.
Yeah, exactly.
What would you say to that?
Yeah, it's really sad, isn't it? But I mean, I completely get it. You know, when it doesn't matter where at what stage you are in your life and who you are, but everyone understands in some aspect a point where they feel like they can't be themselves, they can't be their authentic selves, and a lot of that comes down to you just don't have the right people around you, whether that's online, so the people that are following you, they're from your past, or you feel like they're going to judge you, unfollow them or create a new account. I don't give a fuck, just keep them out of your life. Or the people actually in person in your life. So even if it's family, you know, you get some asshole family members, everyone does. It means, you know, just back away from them, and just keep your circle small, but keep them with people that are prioritizing your personal development, absolutely adore you and every aspect of you, and people that you feel like you can be your most beautiful and your most weirdest self around them. These are the right people. And I don't care if it's one person, two people, or three, you know, it's still people that you feel like you can grow with and be yourself with. And that's all that matters.
Differentiating acquaintances between from friends is a huge trait that a person should have as a personal trait. Your acquaintances are not your friends. You just know them. Friends, you can't have 10,000 friends. I have, I'd say, 3 maximum, including you, friends.
Ooh, bless you.
Including you, friends. 3. I know a lot of people, that's a whole different ballpark. My best friends, they both live in London. Jem Collins and Raf Rizzolo. Love these people. If I ring them up today and say, I need picking up from Stansted, please pick me up tomorrow, they wouldn't dare question me. That's how much they love me, and they know I will do exactly the same for them. I wouldn't dare question it. If they tell me, Sega, we're coming to London, go pick us up, I'll be there way before the plane landed. I'll have my coffee, I'll read my magazine, I'll wait for them to come out the gate so I can pick them up and come home.
Yeah.
That's me. And that's how they are as well. I'm not saying these are good people because of this. No, these are good people and my best friends because of who they really are in their hearts. No evil eye, no evil intentions, just pure good intentions and good human, that great auras, both of them. When you sit around them, you know they have nothing but purity.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I feel exactly the same with you. That's why you're one of those 3 people that I can call my friends.
Yeah, exactly. And I think You know if they are good people if you don't have to think before you speak. That's number one. But also
Exactly.
if it just feels calm, like you just chill with them. And if even if you've known them 5 minutes or 5 months, if you feel that kind of good, comfortable energy, then you're with good people, because
That's it.
that's the start of you are being authentic around them,
Yeah.
and you're not afraid of what comes out your mouth, because being your true self is literally saying the first thing that comes out your head. And it's like with me and you, when we're having just a normal chat, there's no filter, it's just word vomit. But I like that, because that's brought out our sense of humor to each other. That's brought us
Exactly.
closer in different ways. That, like, personally, like, we've become amazing friends, but also we are able to ask the right questions when it comes
Oh
to
yeah.
business aspects. So
Always.
it just shows that when you don't think before you speak, that's when your personality comes out. And I say that to people that say to me, oh, they feel lost in themselves, they feel like they can't be themselves. I'll say that to them and just say, word vomit, just don't think. And I say to them, when you speak to me from now on, I don't want to look at you and know there's like clogs going on in here. I just want you just to blurt it all out. And it could be the weirdest fucking thing in the world, but you know what? That's what makes me love you more. You see what I mean?
That's it. And that's basically having no fear of failure inside of you, because you are so much in your zone, and you are being so much of yourself around this person that you don't feel like you're going to lose this person if you say a certain word or if you do certain thing, because this person accepts you as you are. Like my friends, like me, Raf and Jem, we sit down and we talk business all the time, but at nighttime we get on an online game and play like kids for hours. And then we call each other all kinds of cuss words. You bastard. Why didn't you defend the walls? Why didn't you build them? No, like, you know what I mean? And by the end of the game, we're back to being ourselves. But we are ourselves throughout the game. But then when the game ends, we're back to being normal and all this good stuff that's going on. But it's just being able to communicate in more than one language. When I say language, I don't mean just verbal language. I'm talking about different languages of showing love and respect to one another. Mm-hmm. That's when there is absolutely not even a single drop of fear of failure.
Yeah.
And this should apply to, and it does apply to every single aspect of your life.
Yeah. And I think if you really want to push yourself, and this is what I do every single fucking day, if I'm at a shop or I know I'm going to be around strangers or someone that I might need to speak to, I will just say the first thing that comes to mind. And I like it. I like Tourette's.
Fuck off. That was on my mind, sorry.
Respectively, I would say the first thing that comes to mind.
Could you please fuck off? Sorry, I'm sorry.
The funny thing is that if they respond to me in a way where looks could kill me, then I like that, because that is showing me that I shouldn't care, because I'm not going to see this person ever again, because I know the way that they've responded shows that they're not someone in my life. And I say this like around like talking to random strangers, but I also mean it with family, friends, whoever. If you're not getting that response that bounces back off that energy, then they're not meant to be in your life. And if you feel like you're being judged or you're being stared down when you say something that is just genuinely you just want to blurt it out, then just laugh off and say, well, cool, I'm getting on with my day, and not let it affect you. Don't overthink it, because you're not going to see them ever again if you choose not to.
Unless they live in the neighborhood.
Yeah, unless you bump them, or they're a crazy stalker, or all those other reasons.
Oh man. But I like the way you touched on that point as well, where if you feel like you going to lose, you're not being able to be yourself, and you're going to lose this person, and you have to be careful around with what you say, whatnot. That is very, very spot on. Very spot on. If you feel like you're walking on eggshells around a person because something you might say might piss them off and your friendship or relationship is going to end, Oh, fuck you, bro.
Yeah.
See you later. I'm gone. I don't care.
The thing is, I always say this, like when me and you are talking with a client, I will always say this, and I say it on like previous podcasts, but I love using relationships and dating as a good example. But it's the same thing. Say you're on a first date and that person is just not feeling your energy. You're not going to start planning your fucking marriage with them, are you? You just, you know that it's not going to be, you know, another date. You know, just to kind of leave it as that. So it's the same thing with everything else. If they're not feeling your energy, you fuck off.
I've done this a couple of times. Remember, I don't know if I told you this before.
You
I
did.
went on dates. I wasn't feeling the energy. I paid the bill and I left.
Yeah.
And the girl was like, huh? I'm like, what do you mean, huh?
Yeah.
I don't think there is something going on here. So I'll pay the bill like a gentleman. I'll see you later. I've got something more important to do. I don't care.
Yeah.
I am not wasting my precious time. I'm not. You know, I'll waste it. Let me rephrase that. I had so many experiments with my time, but I don't like to have wasteful experiments anymore.
Yeah, because you know what you want based on the ups and the downs previously, and not just relationships. I mean, every aspect of your life.
Oh yeah, every not just relationships now.
Yeah, exactly. So everything that happens in your life, whether that's a bad day or an interview that didn't go as you wanted it to, whatever it is, you always ask yourself, what did I learn from this? And I really want everyone just to think, what did I learn from this? And really come up with one thing, at least one thing, even if it's the smallest thing in the world, that's still a lesson that can better you moving forward from that second onwards.
I remember when you said about the interviews.
I've had many.
I've had many and I smashed every single one of them except for one.
Okay.
Any interview I went, I got the job.
Yeah, see?
My ex-wife was so jealous about that. And I remember it now and I'm thinking, wow, I was in that much of a toxic relationship. I wasn't aware at the time, so I didn't realize. Yeah. But she one day sat down and I came and I got the job again. I'm joking. You know what I mean? But she was like, how comes you can get every single job that you go to? Now, what do you do? Like, and she goes, I'm still stuck at the same position.
Yeah.
I said, first thing, you're not applying for another job because you've been working in the same place for the last 10 years. And that's your problem. I'm sorry about that. That's why you're not getting the other positions, because you're not applying for any. Secondly, I'm just being myself. Mm-hmm. That's genuine all I'm being. When I used to work for corporate businesses back in London, I'm talking, and last time I had worked for a corporate business was in 2014. 8 years, freedom, baby, love it. Yeah. And when I said that, I said, I'm just being myself. Any interview I went to, I was just talking. And this last job I was working, it was a Corals bookies. I was as assistant manager. So they got us in a room and it was a mass interview. They separated us in groups of 4 people and they gave us A4 papers and they told us to make a skyscraper. Whew. I was like, Paching, let's do this. I got all the people around me, 3 of them, like, cool. You guys are going to make cylinders. Roll the paper, make a cylinder, okay? Put a sellotape around it, make a leg. And I got them to do as much. So I got them to give me the material that was needed to make the basic structure of a skyscraper. So I basically got them to help me make all the legs, and then I made the Eiffel Tower.
Yeah.
4 legs all collided together, and then and the people at the back are like, they were watching me because they then turned around and brought me out, and they said, obviously between they bringing me out and I made the guys to make the Eiffel Tower. We also had a written test as well, which was minor. But then they brought me out and they sat me down on a table, two of them, and I was one. I was sitting down like this. Again, I'm going to connect this to our topic. They were like, we really like your leadership skills, so we would like to offer you the position of assistant manager in one of our shops. There was two positions.
Mm-hmm.
One of the positions was a cashier, like normal cashier. You see at the tailor, like, you know what I mean? And then assistant manager. Up until that day, I did not know what a bloody assistant manager was, what the job required, or what a booking agent was, bookies were. I did bets before, on a fair day, I went and booked like £20 on a dog or a horse, whatever, but that's it. And then all of a sudden, I found myself becoming assistant manager in Coral's bookies.
Yeah.
That again happens without a single drop of fear of failure inside of me. I just went, I was being myself, and I showcased my skills, and they got me the job.
Yeah, exactly.
That's it.
It just shows, though. It really does show. If you just don't overthink anything, because I can imagine that moment you were just sitting there and thought, "Fuck it, yeah, let's do it. Let's see what we can come up with."
Seriously.
And when you have that mindset as well, it's the same with songwriting. Like when you have no kind of relationship to failure, and you're living in that moment, the creativity and the ideas, they come so much quicker.
Oh yeah.
And in that moment, I can imagine, because you were so chilled with yourself and so at peace with yourself, not worried about getting the job or not getting the job, because you probably had other interviews lined up that you knew
many.
See?
Yeah.
So you didn't have the mindset of, I need this job, I need a job, I really want it, because probably nobody wants 9 to 5 job. I mean, maybe you do, but
I did at the time, because I wasn't in the right mindset at the time. I wasn't in the mindset I am in today. At the time, I was looking for a secure job like everybody else was doing. I was one of the 95 or 98%. So I did.
See, and in that moment, you kind of just let everything just flow through you. And naturally, you came up with that idea of, the cylinders and teamwork, all put it together. And I can imagine everyone else around you just screwing up this bit of paper and put a stick for a skyscraper.
That's creativity right there, though, isn't it? And the guys were impressed. Because how else will you create a bloody skyscraper with a fucking A4 paper?
See, I can think of a few ways. I'm not gonna lie.
You could? Yeah. That's it. That's what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? It's simple, but not everyone can. That's the problem. Because it comes to people like us so naturally, because we're creative people, we think anyone can do it, but unfortunately they can't. Some of the people look at the A4 paper not knowing what the fuck it is. Yeah,
they think it kind of just stays flat. It's never ever meant to be 3D.
You can fucking bend it, bro. You can roll it up. You could do shit. You can make a plane with it. If you can make a plane with an A4 paper, skyscraper is nothing.
Yeah, you see what I mean? It's ridiculous. Oh my God. Think outside the box, people.
Or think like there is no box. Just think.
Yeah, exactly. No failure. Don't think.
Anything else you would like to add to today's topic?
Do you know what? I think we've kind of hit the nail on the head with that one. It's just, don't overthink shit. Just live in the moment. Really just live in that very second and chill. I know it's so much easier said than done, especially if it's like, say, a job, for instance, that you really, really want. But just know, if that doesn't work out, it's no big deal, because there's so many opportunities in the world, whether that's to earn money or, a new opportunity or just whatever it may be. There's so many ways that we can get those to come to us. So don't put your eggs in one basket with that interview or that date or whatever it is.
Keep your options open.
Hell yeah, just stay open, enjoy the journey, enjoy life, because you have no fucking clue where it's going to take you.
That I can vouch for.
See what I mean? 2 weeks ago I had no plans on getting a one-way ticket and moving my whole life, so go with the flow, fuck it.
All of a sudden you are moving to Cyprus.
I know. But
that's exactly what life is about.
Yeah.
There's a cliche saying, if you are bored somewhere, move. You're not a tree.
Mm-hmm.
Very cliche. Very cliche, but at the same time, so fucking true.
Yeah.
It's
You're
people
not a
that make it
tree.
cliche. You're not a fucking tree. Fucking go, bruv. If you don't like something, just you don't like your job, leave, bro.
Yeah.
Fucking leave, mate. You
Right.
don't enjoy it. You don't enjoy doing this job. Why the fuck are you doing it? Security. I know. I understand. I
Mm.
understand. Believe me, I was there. But guess
Yeah.
what? I
Yeah.
took all the risks and I moved out.
Exactly.
I slept on my mama's couch for a year. I did that. But then look where I am right now.
See what I mean?
And imagine where you're going to be.
Yeah.
Or imagine where everyone that's listening to this podcast can be.
Yeah.
All you have to do is drop the fear of failure that is planted inside of you since you was a little kid by your parents, unfortunately by your teachers, by your parents, not with a single drop of bad vibes in there, nothing. It's just their word to protect you.
Yeah. Exactly.
That's why they guided you in a direction of get a secure job, get a job that pays well, blah, 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 blah. And don't be yourself. No, don't. No.
Yeah.
That is what you don't want to do for your kids. Let them be themselves. Now, if they want to be a dancer, let them be a dancer. If they want to be a cameraman, let them be a cameraman. If they want to be someone that's cleaning the fucking streets, let them be that person because that's what they enjoy doing. You see what I mean?
Yeah. Exactly.
All right.
Always listen to your gut. Always.
Always. Well, thank you for today's podcast. We had a bit of gap because you was traveling and then you wasn't feeling not so well, but then blah, blah, blah. We're all good now. And appreciate your time. Always a great moment to catch up with you.
Yes.
Right?
Oh, yeah. Always.
Always. And then we shall speak very soon.
Adios.
Bye.
Bye.